All right, let's look at the inequality problems from the test review. Not the absolute value ones yet, just the regular inequalities. Here we have 2x minus 6 is less than or equal to 10. So when we have one symbol, you might be asked to put this on a number line. You might be asked to use set builder notation. You'll definitely be asked to use to put your answer in interval notation. Oh, and number line on the test, it might just tell you to graph, but that's what it means. Put it on a number line. So when we have one symbol, we will open up towards either negative or positive infinity. But we work it out like an equation to get x by itself. So first I add 6 to both sides, so that 2x is less than or equal to 16. And now I divide both sides by 2, so that x is less than or equal to 8. So on a number line, or to graph, we know that we go from negative to positive infinity, and we're really only concerned about this point 8 in the middle. You can use an open dot or a closed dot, or you can use parentheses or bracket. Alex just asks for in this case, a bracket because the line under the symbol. So x is everything less than or equal to 8. So that's pointing us in that direction. And we could put a bracket at 8. And it should close the interval. So it's a closing bracket. Now, set builder notation. If you've done this in Alex, you know what that looks like. It's x such that vertical bar, and then we just put in the inequality statement here. X is less than or equal to 8, and that's it. And then interval notation, so that's our set builder. Our interval notation is how far to the left do we go, how far to the right do we go. We go from negative infinity to 8. Infinities always get parentheses. The 8 gets a bracket. So, again, that's if you have one symbol, you will open up towards negative or positive infinity. If you have two symbols, students usually do better on those. It's just the two in values. So let's look at number 12, in which we have a negative coefficient. So we solve it like an equation to get x by itself. So negative 4x is less than or equal to 24. But I am now dividing out a negative. If the coefficient you divide out in an inequality is negative, we flip the sign. So the negative 4's cancel. We have x. We now flip the sign, and that's negative 6 on the right. So again, you might be asked one or all three of these on a number line. We would shade to the right. We would have an opening bracket at negative 6, and we would go out towards infinity. So that's what that looks like in interval notation. And if it's only one symbol, you might be asked for the set builder. X such that x is greater than or equal to negative 6. And finally, one of these two symbol problems. We get x by itself. Here we have two symbols, so we're going to work once in the middle and once on either side. So subtract 4 from all pieces of the inequality. Now we have 12 is less than or equal to 3x is less than or equal to 21. And now we divide out our coefficient of 3. So that 4 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 7. And here it would not ask you for the set builder, but the interval notation is that we go from 4 to 7. And we could put that on a number line, but these are the ending points. We do not open up towards positive or negative infinity. So I hope that helps. And we'll look at the the absolute value problems next.